Well, Stephen already said there seems to be some disconnect between objectives and the metrics that we use. And from my perspective as an early career researcher, I would like some help in evaluating what could be my objectives going forward in my career. Who are the people I want to work with? Who are the people I aspire after? And what papers to read? So metrics such as citation counts or how many papers we have published, which is, for me at least, the only metric I'm judged upon for my tenure review, are not so helpful in making my decisions. So I thought, why don't we get inspired by the innovation research? So let me talk about some metrics that we use in research on innovation, and most of this I have not invented, but I'm still going to go through them with an example of my research, and this is joint work with Juanita Gonzalez-Uribe, also at the LSE. So in this paper, we look at the incentives of CEOs in corporations, and specifically we follow them as they go from when they have a lot of time left under their contracts to when they're coming up, when their review is coming up. And then we look at how much innovation, what kind of innovation does the firm produce when the CEOs have a lot of time left versus when they go up for their review. And what we show is that firms produce much more important fundamental innovation when the CEOs have a lot of time left. And as they're going towards their review, the innovation becomes less important. And here we measure importance as a citation count in the 3 years after the publication of patents, normalized by the citation count of other patents in the same technology class, applied for in the same year. Now, we not only show that there's a difference in citation count, but also all kinds of other measures. So as CEOs go towards their contract expiration, so as their review is coming up, what we show is that they become more focused in terms of dispersion between different technology classes in which the patents are filed upon. So they become more focused. The variance, so Stephen talked about distribution of factors and not only the first moment. So the variance of the quality, the variance of the citations becomes also bigger. They do research that is less general in terms of in which technology classes are the citations that they get later on. So how broad is the set of papers, of patents that cite your research? They're also, as they're coming up to their review, they're also less likely to issue patents that are in a new technology class, in the firm, and also they're more likely to cite their own research, that cite patents that had been issued by the same firm before. So for all of these reasons, you end up with patents that are less cited, so less fundamental, less important. But I think these measures are not only important because they lead up to less citations, but also it allows us to understand what is actually going on. So these patents are not only less important, but also now we can describe them as research that is based on old research done by this firm, as more incremental research, but also more focused. So this allows us to have a much richer description, much more structure of what is actually going on. And these are things that I would like to see as guidance for my own work as well. And I think these kind of measures are very easy to be adapted from the patent sphere to papers. Because for papers, we also have citations. These citations are in different technology classes, in different literature classes. We cite in different literature classes. We can, as Stephen pointed out, we can measure the dispersion of citations, the dispersion of citations across classes, or the variance of citations. We can have measures not only per publication or per journal. We can make measures for a portfolio, for a group of publications, so either for research, but also for departments, for universities, for journals maybe. And for me, these could be measures that give me more guidance in what to do, what to aspire to, but also what papers to read. So some food for thought, and I look forward to your questions in the panel.